Hello and welcome to The Next Level Now. I'm Tamika Leslie.
And I'm Kirk Weber.
Today, we're going to be talking about something really exciting. We both have courses that we're launching.
Yes, indeed.
So tell me about your course, which is titled Confidence and Addiction.
Yes.
So give us a synopsis about that.
Well, confidence, I have always felt, because of my own personal experiences, family members, etc., who've gone through these issues, I've noticed that the people who are more susceptible to addictions, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, cigarettes, food, sex, you name it.
Sure.
Okay, these are people who are generally, in my experience, not particularly self-confident.
Wow.
They seem to have a predilection for wanting to follow the crowd. Mm-hmm. They want to do
Go
things,
along with the flow.
yes, rather
Peer
than
pressure.
rock the boat. Yes.
Wow.
So I designed a course that I hope will help people. This course is designed to kind of play to the person who is suffering the addiction, but also play to the people who are suffering every bit as much as the addict, and that's the loved ones, that's the support group.
Yes.
Having been on that side of the equation, I can tell you that's very, very painful to go through.
Sure.
So we're trying to help guide them, not necessarily tell them what to do, but give them some advice from my point of view as to how they can handle some of these situations and how they can work through it.
I like that. So tell me, what is the biggest misconception about, let's say, addiction?
To me,
Yes.
and this is not not a professional. I'm not I'm not a therapist. I'm not a social scientist. There's nothing with ist in my name that I do.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I believe the biggest issue is people thinking that this is merely a disease and we can treat that situation like a disease. And there's a reason for that. Most people in America think of diseases as a set of symptoms. And our healthcare revolves around getting rid of symptoms.
Yes.
If I'm too heavy, I take a shot, I get rid of my symptoms. If I have whatever condition, ABC, I'm going to take pill XYZ, my symptoms go away, but did we really fix it?
I see. Yeah. And this is different because?
Well, this is different because actually we are where we are in life because of the choices that we make.
Yes.
Right? You may not like where you are, but that literally means you didn't like your choices. And if you are a person who is lacking in confidence for whatever reason, and I would advise people try not to blame others for it, because again, you're getting away from it was the decision you made. But if you do not have that confidence and you weren't able to build confidence early as through your youth, through your childhood, then you are going to definitely be susceptible to these types of influence as you try to find happiness, and you can't find it through your own activities, so you look for it through an outside source, whether that be a drug, whether that be food. How many people do you know who just eat because I'm sad, give me ice cream, I'm happy, give me ice cream, those types of addictions, because you don't have that self-confidence.
So is your course more designed for the person who is addicted, or the family members, the friends, the people who are affected by the addiction?
I'm going to go with yes.
Okay.
Yes. All inclusive. The two overlap so much.
They do.
And the reason I know this, and for the people who you're going to find out as you take the course anyway, this is from personal experience. Right? I lost a son. He was 23. We lost him to an overdose of heroin. I have a daughter, a stepdaughter, who was addicted to fentanyl and alcohol at the same time. She was Narcaned probably more times than I can count.
Sure.
And now she was able to fight her way through it. She was able to come back and has been doing very, very well. My son, unfortunately, lost that battle. But I know from my own pain of dealing with that and what that did to our family. At one point, my wife and I, still very much in love, still had children to raise, we couldn't stand to be together. The pain was so much that we spent 6 months apart from each other, living in separate residences just because of that pain. And this course is designed to help you fight your way through that.
Well, thank you for sharing that, because that's very personal, and you're sharing it with the world for someone else to be able to benefit from your course. So what if someone took your course 6 months after, let's kind of look back, and they've taken the course, what are the benefits, and how would this transform their life from taking your course?
Hopefully, if everyone does the way this is laid out and they follow the outline that we have, kind of following the protocols, the addict should be able to recognize those points. I'm not really, truly, totally aware of what I've been doing here as far as my thinking, as far as how I'm responding to life situations. Not saying that they're picking up the addictive material, but they think, this is leading me down a dark path that I don't want to go to. So that's going to have them at least stop, pause, assess, and move on. For the families of the addict, for the people who are trying to help, they hopefully are going to learn that you cannot force them into this until that person is ready to go.
Right.
As much as you love them, you can't make them stop. It's going to help you come to grips with what you're experiencing and what you're feeling and how you need to deal with it. Because believe me, the family of the people who are dealing with that addiction are every bit as ill as the person who's going through the addiction.
Wow.
Every bit as ill. So you have to find your own way. Now, my own experience is that there's things out there that are promoted that I think are silly. Okay, you have, as a family of the addict, well, let's do an intervention. I'll help you get rid of this. I'll just, with 8 of my friends, sit down with you, Tamika, and tell you all about where your problems are causing us pain.
Yes. That never goes over well.
That does not go over well. So, some of these things, and I want people to go through this and to start to reason for themselves a little more of what makes sense, what's going to work, because you know your addict much better than I could possibly ever know that addict. So you're going to take and choose some of these things and help you, and hopefully within 6 months you have the tools to start moving forward.
Take me through, as you were recording this course, what was the hardest module or chapter in the course?
You're instinctively going to say the hardest module, the hardest chapter. Most people think that it's the sharing of my own personal story, which is the entire first segment of the course. It's pretty much my sharing. I would say that really wasn't the hardest. I've been through it so many times in my own mind that wasn't too difficult.
Yeah.
The hardest part was condensing 35 years of all of this that's floating around up here into something that's probably only going to take you a couple of hours to get through it.
Wow.
But I tried my best to condense it down to things that are usable. They're tangible for folks. They can get in there and see what they can use. That was the hardest for me.
Sure.
Cutting it up.
Yeah, I can see where that would be difficult to, what do you put in and what do you leave out, and how do you make it work?
I left a lot on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. How would someone integrate the tools that you provide, the day-to-day? incorporating from the course things that you offer, solutions or tools, resources that you offer, how do they integrate that into their day-to-day lives? Like it's Monday, in April, how do I
start?
Yeah.
Where do I start?
Where do I start?
Well, first of all, to me, it's absolutely incredible that all of these things are interrelated basically to your own sense of well-being and personal growth.
Okay.
All right. So we want to always start with a firm vision on where we want to go.
Okay.
So as you get up each day, what is it that's in front of me that I'm working for? Where am I headed? What am I looking for? Now, that's hard for the addict because for the addict, they're so lost that they don't have anything in front of them. So you're going to be the guide from the side. You're going to help them find a direction, theirs, not yours, right? And guide them that way. But once you have those visions as to where you want to be, then you start to develop a plan. And then you break that plan down into steps and you start working those steps towards where it is you have to be. And these things, it's amazing, they fit through all kinds of different aspects of your life. Communication, leadership, health, all of these things depend on this one framework.
Wow. So this is not just going to help you in one area of your life. It's all encompassing.
It can be. It is the framework for everything.
Wow. I like that. Now let me finish off and conclude by asking you, the course that you have crafted with love and care, if you go back to the time when your son was struggling.
Yes.
At what point could you have used a tool like this, a course, that could have helped you get through or navigate that time differently than you did?
That is a great question, and I'll tell you why. As you are sinking into the abyss, you don't realize how far you've sunk into the abyss. And you are sitting back, afraid to confront, afraid to cause hostility. So you keep thinking, oh, they'll see. This will do it. So really, I probably could have used it the first time I recognized the fact that my first wife had serious issues, which would have been about the time that we gave birth to our first child. For my son Brandon, about the first time he got arrested, I would have loved to have had this knowledge at my fingertips because possibly we could have saved his life.
I just want to pause for a minute. For Brandon.
He's here.
He's here.
He's here.
And I love that you put this out there. It was inspired by a conversation that you and I had.
Yes.
Kirk went back and talked to his wife about it, got her blessing. And I'm getting chills.
Here
but
it is.
It's the finished product is here. So if you know someone, or if you are experiencing this challenge in your life, and you recognize that there's there's something wrong, this course is for you.
Well, thank you for that. And it is. The caveat I would add to it also is don't hesitate. Whether you take the course or you don't take the course, do not be afraid to approach. You don't want to walk down the path that I've been on. You simply do not.
And that's the difference between, you see people marketing courses all the time. But the next level now is we stand out from the rest because we're trying to save a life, one person at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that anybody else's courses is not doing that, but we're taking it 2 steps further. And we really are focusing on the mission here.
Absolutely.
And that's the most important thing.
It really is. I mean, we can go and we can learn and we can read books and we can spout out what's been being taught in the classroom.
Sure.
And I'm not going to lie, there's some of that's here because these events have driven both of us to go do some research.
Of course, yeah.
But so many of the things, and I know that you put into your courses as well, are experiential.
Yes.
And I think that you're going to find as you go through the next level now that it's not the sage on the stage. It's the guide on the side. We're here to kind of, hey, you might want to look at this, as opposed to do this.
Right.
And I think that's a much better way for people to discover their own path.
It resonates with everyone.
Absolutely.
Well, this is not goodbye. This is see you next time. Cheers.